Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Friday, May 2nd. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister of the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today are Bishop Robert Griffin, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about our progressive faith community and how you can be a part of it no matter where you live in the world. If you are in South Florida, check out the Sunshine Cathedral Center for the Performing Arts, offering entertainment for the LGBTQ+ community to benefit the LGBTQ+ community. Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There's no streaming TV show like this in the entire world. In 2025, we're celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hotspots Magazine, the 5th anniversary of Queer News Tonight, with nearly 10,000 stories and 10 million views in 2024. We will produce the 25th anniversary of Stonewall Pride Parade and Festival on June 14th, Pride Fete Diversity Pride in August, and Pride Fort Lauderdale next February. We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies. This is the Sunshine Cathedral Perspective, remembering pioneering transgender actress Ajita Wilson. Ajita Wilson had Brazilian and African American parents and was assigned male at birth. At a young age, she became a drag performer in the New York City red light district. In the early 70s, she underwent gender confirmation surgery. She soon entered the world of modeling and became an international success, and that led to a move to Milan, where she began making European films. Over the years, she made dozens of films, mostly low-budget exploitation films, but also erotic and even a few adult films. Her first film was called The Nude Princess, based on the life of an actual Ugandan princess. In 1981, she was featured for her beauty in Jet magazine. Finally, she became a singer. Ajita sadly died at only age 37 from injury sustained in an automobile accident. While trans people are under attack these days and our government is trying to erase and silence them, their contributions to the world are as old as time, and more of their history is coming to light. The Queer God Squad salutes the pioneering Ajita Wilson. I am embarrassed that I didn't know her story sooner. A week or two ago, stumbled across it. I'm like, oh, we're going to talk about her on the Queer God Squad.
Yay.
And but she, of course, she's been gone a while, and she did a lot of work in Europe. So maybe a lot of us don't know about her, and we're going to fix that. But she, what made this important to me is that she did what so many, especially in the 70s, 80s, 90s, trans people did, that she allowed herself to be exploited to survive.
Yeah.
But she got through that. A lot of people get stuck there or they die. You know, if you're doing sex work to survive, sometimes you get not the greatest clientele. Or sometimes you get into a drug habit and the drugs hurt your health or whatever. Back in the day when you didn't really have access to good medical care for transitioning, people would do a lot of things themselves, get black market drugs, get their buddy to give them the injections or whatever, and that went way wrong a lot of times. And so trans people sometimes had a shorter lifespan because they're self-medicating, they're doing dangerous work to survive. And so, but she did all of that and got on the other side of it, that she was a singer, she was a successful model, she was featured in a mainstream magazine. She has done more films than a lot of mainstream people that you know. I mean, I forget how many, I said dozens, I don't forget if it was 30 something, 40 something, but it was a lot of films. And most of them were, B, low budge, but you get work how you can get work. And sister is making a living doing what she wants to do as the person she knows herself to be. And that's what was so exciting. And she did do some erotic films, some adult film porn. Again, sex industry often comes to the rescue, as it were, of young queer people who have been kicked out, young trans people who are trying to make their way. Not rescue as in it's a safe and comfy gig, just rescue in that it's a thing they can do. And hard world, which is again why the Sunshine Pride House offers young people a safe place to be and make other choices and explore other options or whatever. But and you can find out about that at sunshinecathedral.org. But she had the hard life that is imposed on people who are different, and navigated that and became a successful model, singer, actor, and wasn't killed by the life, but by a car accident, like could happen to anybody. So I'm glad I've discovered her because she's one of the success stories, one of the feel-good stories. Not that her life was easy, but that she navigated the difficulties and came out on top. That's what I wish for all of us.
Right. And please, go ahead.
Ajita and I were born in Brooklyn, New York. She was born 5 years before me. And I got to put that in perspective. She was born in 1950. She grew up at a time when there were no trans people that anybody knew about. Christine Jorgensen, maybe. Other than that,
but she was a novelty.
She was treated as a novelty.
Yeah, she was treated like,
but Ajita somehow or another was able to grow up in a hostile environment, find herself, find her voice, and find her way in the world. She got out of the United States. It's beginning to seem like a whole lot of people maybe getting out of the United States again, and made a name for herself in Italy. She became a star. She became the person that she always knew that she could be by simply declaring, this is who I am and the world will accept me, period.
No, I was just going to state that I think that that's something that we do very well at this table, is that we look at the lives. Maybe you haven't heard of them. I've not heard of Ajita Wilson, not at all. But now I know, and now I can do some research and find out more about her. And I think that, that's a message too, that there's people out there, we may not have heard of them, but there's people out there, we're never alone. There are people who have done this before, and we can look at how they live, how they live their life, and use that maybe as a model just to keep going when everything else seems really bad. We're not alone. We're not the first.
Yeah, amen.
In religious terms, sometimes we talk about the cloud of witnesses, or we'll talk about the communion of saints, or we'll talk about the ancestors.
I have ancestors down here,
And Ajita is one of my new ancestors.
Yep.
And I just cannot let it go without mentioning Jet Magazine.
Yes,
magazine.
1981 in Jet
This is mainstream as you get. Right there at every drugstore, every 7-Eleven, every
every
supermarket.
coffee table, and every black family in America.
There was the Bible, there was Jet Magazine, there was a Sears and Roebuck catalog book. That's what was on the coffee table.
Yes.
But Jet Magazine was there. But in 1981, to have her featured in a Jet Magazine, and just think about the stereotypes that someone was willing to confront to get her in that magazine. Knowingly or unknowingly, but what it
I was going to say, I wonder if they knew.
If knowingly, I understand. Knowingly,
She was just a beautiful model.
She was a beautiful model.
They didn't know.
But also, just from her life experience, the people's lives that she may have saved back in the day.
Yes.
And influence.
Yes.
We may never know those stories, but I'm sure there's a connection somewhere, either in America or in Milan. But I just have to believe that she saved lives.
Sure.
Her story may be helping someone right now.
Exactly.
She influenced people to say, you can do this. You can do it. You can do it.
Exactly.
So kudos to her. Kudos to Jet Magazine, too. I have a relative who has every issue. I will be calling you.
All right, go look it up.
Can you dig out this magazine? I want to see the original copy of it.
All right, very cool.
I like that.
Well, that's today with the Queer God Squad.
Before we go, we want to invite you to join Sunshine Cathedral on a wonderful travel experience and help our mission for our community. Join us on the Florida AIDS Walk Pride Cruise. This unique 3-day cruise will sail from Miami on the $1 billion and ultra-deluxe 170,000-ton MSC Seascape on November 2nd, 2025. The cruise is for the Florida AIDS Walk. Your participation helps 13 vital beneficiaries in our community. The cruise is an incredible value starting at just $199 and is also a fundraiser for the Sunshine Cathedral. Parties, special events, and more aboard, including a special unlimited beverage and open bar with Wi-Fi for all 3 days for just $68. We invite you to join us on this amazing cruise for fun. This vital cruise for good.
I invite you to share this episode on your social media, and I also welcome you to find Sunshine Cathedral on Facebook or Instagram. You can also like our bishop pages on Facebook. My page is Bishop Darrell Watkins, D-Min. That's for Doctor of Ministry. And Robert's is Bishop Robert Griffin, D-Min. We're both on TikTok as well.
Thank you for joining Queer God Squad today. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBT community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church.
Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we are all in this together.
Also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.